しいヒーローが夢の銀河を越えてきた地球の輝き守るため光の子供の君が来た変われじゃ大きく強くさあ歩けじゃパワーは全開僕らのグレートウルトラマングレート
Hello, you are listening to Ultra Q episode 136. My name is Red. I am joined by Mel.
I had the brilliant idea of asking ChatGPT what we can do to fix the environmental issues it is causing.
What did it suggest?
It just said lol, lamau,
Okay.
get wrecked, etc.
It's probably not a good sign, but keep at it.
Yeah.
Also joined by Brad.
Me trying to describe the most beautiful woman I've seen in my life. Imagine a burger van.
I see.
The token American on the cast.
Yeah.
Understandable.
We watched 4 more episodes of Ultraman Great for today's podcast. That is 7, 8, 9, 10, up through to 10.
Yep.
Australian Ultraman continues.
They're calling them the most Ultraman episodes we've done watched in a minute.
That's true. Every episode is an environment episode now, in a way that it wasn't in the first half of this show, which is interesting.
I mean, they were planting the seeds. So
they've been planting the seed. Well, the problem is we're not planting as many seeds as we need to save the trees.
Yeah,
and the forests and the man-eating plants and
man-eating locusts.
And the man-eating locusts we need to save. Yeah. Yeah, we got 4 episodes. I've got some summaries here. Once again, the Ultra Wiki failed me, like completely, entirely. There was one episode that had something approaching like a summary, and then I read it and I was like, no, this is a disaster. If we want to just go straight in, episode 7 is called The Forest Guardian, or Guardian Deity of the Forest in Japanese. A forest is due to be turned into farmland, but the kaiju gazebo has other ideas.
Okay. You can't call it that. What are they doing?
It's the kaiju gazebo. Gazebo scares some people off, and a little girl named Jenny goes missing in the forest, and Inspector spends the whole episode trying to overrule Yuma to get the military to bombard the kaiju, and Arthur Grant spends the episode outmaneuvering him so that Yuma can save Jenny. In the forest, the Yuma team faces a problem, as Gazebo can sense metal, and there are these mushroom spores that melt metal too, so their tech, weapons included, is all useless. The team finds Jenny, as well as another boy who seems to live in the forest, implying there are, like, uncontacted people in this forest. The boy and Jenny guide the team to what could be safety, if it weren't for Gazebo sensing Jack's metal pendant. Jack's like, all right, everybody, I'm going to go run to somewhere over there, out of your line of sight, and distract the kaiju. He turns into Ultraman and fights Gazebo. Eventually, Ultraman seals Gazebo away underground. Jenny is returned to her mother. The planned destruction of the forest is called off, and the team all decide to tell nobody about that boy they saw. The end. Ultraman.
What's this cop doing? What's his authority?
Why can he boss them around? Like, there are so many people in these episodes that keep bossing around Yuma, and I'm like, aren't they like a big deal?
I think it's funny that Charlie does playful insubordination again by like taking the inspector on and making him sick.
Yeah. It's just that like we got they keep going to the well of there's a guy trying to do it the violent way.
I think their idea of drama is a guy with authority shows up and is angry. Is the thing. Like, because they do this like every time.
They get like a couple of different flavors of it. Like, we've got this one, and then we've got like Ike later, who is, I don't know who he is.
We've seen
an
him.
army guy.
He was in episode 2 and a different one.
Was he?
He's like a intelligence services guy.
Oh, he's
and then
that
our grandma was like, "Oh, contradiction in terms."
Yes.
So he's just been around consistently through the show.
I had already forgotten him. Sorry, Ike. Anyway, so yeah, we got a forest, or as hang on, let me read the exact narration that the narrator gives us, because it's really good. Let me find this. The fuck is it? I'll cut this out. I've scrolled back too far. Now I've scrolled up. There we go. I found.
Are you missing the forest for the trees?
Yeah. Local citizens are concerned that the new road will begin the destruction of the city's last great stand of virgin forest. Little do they know the secrets that will be unlocked. Virgin forest. It's, basically untouched. No one has been there. And they're like, yeah, we're going to pave it up. We're going to cut it all down. We're going to do farmland. And Yuma are here to be like, no, we must preserve the nature of Australia. And also respect that there's secret people inside the forest. Like,
to me, I read it as kind of like when you sometimes just get a ghost kid in Ultraman and you don't know what their deal is, like in that episode of Omega.
I suppose that's possible as well. I hadn't considered this. I had truly thought that the energy was going, but I guess that is possible.
I mean, mostly it's because they don't actually give a. This person does just show up and then disappear, and they don't really give an explanation.
They don't
so
give any explanation at all.
No one comments on it.
No one's to the point that I had to check the episode again to make sure I remembered it right. I was like, no one says anything about him, right? It was a little odd. But we got a kaiju called Gazebo.
I will admit, I think I read it more as concerned citizen than anything else. That just kind of happened to be there. But yeah, I could see them also being like, actually, there are forest-loving people that are silent guardians, much like our kaiju friend here.
Mm-hmm. The kaiju gazebo. Let me look up gazebo kaiju so I can have a look at him again, because I keep forgetting what kaiju look like. This one's got that like big snout.
Yeah, he's kind of elephant.
Yeah,
and I don't really know why.
No. I also don't really know its relationship to the forest, because the forest seems to reject it. Or at least it doesn't like the mushroom spores. In the same, like, and the mushroom spores also don't like the technology. Which feels like a weird overlap.
And then Kim makes mushroom bombs.
Kim does make mushroom bombs. Didn't make it.
And Lloyd is on this whole I don't care about this nature nonsense. So I guess his character is consistent.
Lloyd is consistently like, I want room service. That's Lloyd's deal. He's in the outback, like, why the fuck am I here? What the fuck am I doing here?
Oh, this kaiju got some banger concept art.
Ooh, let's see.
Oh, that's good.
I like that.
Something that I can see they attempted to do in the costume, but it doesn't really carry over well into live action, is like, that's like a snake tail, basically.
Yes, something that is immediately lost when the actor is actually a human biped and can't actually upright. Do that crouch all the time. Yeah. So to explain to the audience, the concept art is much more striking colors than they could probably make happen in the suit. But two, it's like hunched over as if like a predator, like a velociraptor, like hunting for prey. And it has a much longer, more snake-like tail. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see the process that leads to what we ended up with, but even then, I'm not really, like, nothing about this design screams, like, Forest Guardian to me, really.
Yeah, I mean, it is like, the trivia I did find of it, somehow I didn't see this concept art in my trivia look, but and the trivia I did see this said it was, like, loosely based off a Weevil.
I guess I'm just
maybe is where they're getting
not super familiar with what Weevils look like. Let me look.
Bugs.
Well,
they've got like the big
nose,
like snout, big nose.
Oh, like the Yu-Gi-Oh
Take a look
character.
at that snout.
Take a look at that snout. Play the Phantom of the Opera theme.
I guess I can kind of. I don't know. I
mean, it does have the nose, but also Weevil wasn't necessarily the first choice I go to, especially because it's more reptilian.
Yeah, I was about
to
say.
Also, it's kind of got like the concept art does have like the concept art. You can see how like maybe he's blending reptilian with like a beetle carpus.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Here's the thing: Weevils are so cool. So I'm looking at a Weevil, like the Weevil, and I'm like, this is like such a solid, like look. They've got too. It. Just beetles generally.
Now, not to be clear, don't want a Weevil on your ship, as we find out in Master and Commander.
No,
but
obviously, Weevils. I'm not necessarily a Weevil fan so much as I think they've got their aesthetic right. But that's kind of a byproduct of being a type of beetle, I guess, because beetles are just cool.
If I'm not mistaken, beetles have like the most number of species, just in general, or at least of animals.
Is it like that's pretty good.
Have y'all ever seen Winnie the Weevil?
Winnie the Weevil.
I don't know why I asked this, as though
this.
It just came up very high in Google search. I'm gonna post it, but I'm like, they're making a plush for anything these days.
That looks to me like a rhinoceros beetle. Is that?
That is not a Weevil. Yeah.
Well, that is the lesser.
Oh, this is on.
Weevils.
This is on like a what? What is going on? This is related to Brunel and the Great Britain. What is going on? What is the deal with Winnie the Weevil? This week we welcomed a new furry friend on board the ship. Winnie is a cheeky little critter who can often be found racing around the ship with her... What ship? Who are you?
Well...
This is the SS Great Britain. This is the Brunel ship. Okay. They've got a mascot Weevil.
For 6.5 pounds, you too can get a Weevil plush.
I'm good.
Located in Bristol.
Oh my god, they have a rant one too?
Do you want to hear Brunel's full name? He's the guy who invented this ship. This is a good one. You're gonna like this one. Isambard Kingdom Brunel.
What the fuck?
It's a strong name.
Me when I'm a wrestler.
He's a Victorian, like, industrialist guy, inventor. He did a lot of... I don't know. There's, like, a photo of him standing in front of the chains around a ship, and the chains are, like, the biggest chains you've ever seen. Classic, like, Victorian British guy.
Oh, well, that would explain why this plush's name is IKB Gromit.
Okay.
I mean... that's just Gromit.
Anyway. Isambard Kingdom Brunel, famous for building... very, very large ships, and also for digging a very, very long train tunnel through a mountain. So there you go.
Do they still use the tunnel?
I think... probably. I mean, we you know... That's a good question. Hang on. Brunel train tunnel.
That sounds like an
tunnel.
Ultraman episode. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, literally the very first episode of Ultra Q is about a train tunnel being built.
Yes. No, yes. It's not, because obviously it's not. It hasn't been electrified. Okay. One of the things about this tunnel is that the sun shines through the tunnel, illuminating the tunnel like one day a year, and it's like near Isambard Kingdom Brunel's birthday, and so it's like some people are like, did he like try to get it on his birthday and
that's
missed?
Wild.
That as well.
I think it's probably just a coincidence, but it's yeah. Anyway, obviously he's a Victorian industrialist, so I do not actually stand. Where were we?
I like the part where, like, Kim and Lloyd are rappelling down the cliff at twilight, when every other shot of, like, the kaiju and, like, Jack and Jean are in, like, broad daylight.
Yes. The time of day shifts at a remarkable pace sometimes in Australia, clearly.
Also, I feel like I didn't mention this in previous episodes, but I am, like, noticing a lot more, like, how distinct the battles look in this series because of, like, they're doing outdoor fights in a way that I didn't expect.
Yeah,
I think it's cool. It's hard to explain without actually, like, seeing it with your eyes, but it does look different in a way that is interesting. And maybe some of it's just like things lit by the sun look different than things lit by, like, a soundstage kind of thing. Like, we're like a studio indoors kind of. But it's neat.
Yeah. It's the like the fights themselves are very different. There are a lot more Ultraman shooting beams and stuff, I think. Like laser blasts or something. I don't know. I feel like there's a very... The Japanese Ultramans are so often just like getting thrown about.
I think this is starting to hit on that era in the West where parents are getting more and more concerned about their kids watching stuff where people are getting hit all the time. I think because I was thinking that partially because of that, but also more specifically, when they get blasted a lot of the times, they just kind of like dissipate.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if this show was made even a few years earlier, we'd be doing some pyrotechnics more so.
Yeah, that's true. What else did I talk about in this episode?
I did want to note, at least I feel like the deforestation theme is interesting because I know historically for Australia specifically, this has been a major problem, like even compared to other countries. So I wondered how much of that was front of mind when they're like, oh, well, we have a show about environment stuff, we should talk about this. Because I know that that's still a major struggle over there. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The one, you know, one of the things is like they sort of like do the classic like in this forest, which is like you know untouched, and it like rejects technology. And what they mean by technology is what we recognize as modern technology. They mean anything metal, anything with, you know, with like electrical parts or something.
That we
anything
built.
with a mechanism. Anything we built. And it's like which is like a very like simplified sort of like the ancient pristine nature of the forest, and it's like, well, a tool is technology.
Our clothes are technology, but we don't see none of that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know why the mushrooms also affect the kaiju. They just do. Who made this episode?
This episode was made by, I know for a fact it was a guy that we've seen before. Let me pull up. Oh, it's because I had it in my browser, not on my phone this time, teehee. Yeah, this was made by Hidenori Miyazawa, which was the guy who I referenced in our first session that has, like, fuck all online about him.
I see.
Again, that is the writer and directed Andrew Prowse, and then other writer was Terry Larson, as always.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Mel?
No, I don't have much besides the Weevil stuff. I will just say, apparently, some of the later blog posts from that site loop back around to episode 1, so I'll go look forward to. I guess I'll include more of those in the description again.
I see.
I think we've exhausted all of the blog posts as of this episode. Not that there was like much for me to say, just because like how much into the weeds you want to get. That being said, the narrator is John Bonney, because I never credited him before.
Okay, thank you, John Bonney.
He's come up enough. I figured, we should probably mention him.
I like him.
Competition between him and the Bottoms guy.
I'm watching Dougram. Right now.
Nice.
The next time ons, they're so good. They're not quite Bottoms. Bottoms is like, but the Dougram next time ons have the added bonus of, at the end of all of them, a guy says in English, Not even justice. I want to get truth. And it's so good.
Is he really the Fang of the Sun?
He's the Fang of the Sun. The Fang of the Sun Dugram. That's a real Victory Gundam first 10 episodes.
Nice. Is Dugram... What year is that?
1980.
Damn, next... Imagine watching this and also Ideon in the same year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know I'm not watching Ultraman 80.
It's actually 1981, according to my Plex server.
Dugram is like my there's some proto IBO in here.
Oh fuck, don't say that. I don't want to commit to 74 episodes.
I'm just gonna wait until GGP gets to it. And then I'll watch it. I'll be good.
You know,
I have the excuse I need to get through Bottoms. So
yeah. That too. I also need to finish the Bottom stuff. Though I've at least seen the original show. Unlike some people.
Let me tell you, I am starting to grow concern in my heart that maybe I'm just not a Bottoms guy. But we'll have to see.
I mean, the thing I always hear is that at least from Em and Jackson, is the stuff they like most about Bottoms isn't in that first 50 episode show and is in the stuff that comes after. So
this is true. This is very true. that's the Bottoms thing. Is like the moment the OVAs kick in, it's like, oh, Bottoms is cooking.
Not that Bottoms the show is bad, but just like, it's just like a different level.
I would give it like a 7 out of 10. The Bottoms show.
That's probably fair. That ending is cool. And there's some cool highlights leading up to it, but also like, yeah, it's a.
I think we might be done
we have 3 more episodes.
Yeah, I think I felt very sleepy watching this one. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I care for this first episode of the batch.
Okay.
He's definitely like
the sleepy awake metric.
Yeah.
Of episode quality. Okay.
I think it's very I actually kind of have this for the first 3 episodes of our 4 episode batch. I kept thinking about the Konaka episode and being like, I feel like he did a much better job of doing the environmental stuff and making it a little juicier, more complex.
Well, you got that like character conflict between Lloyd and Mudgety, and that kind of like had like a burn on it, as opposed to in these episodes where you've either got nothing or you've got you've got the Dr. Crankstein. Who just shows up a couple of times, and
it feels a little more after school special than I think the other, like the first half episodes felt a little bit. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I also think that in terms of having like a character of the week, I think the Mudgety episode is stronger than, for instance, episode 8, Bitter Harvest, aka this title's so good. The Formless Revenge, Cry of the Insects.
Let's go! Holy shit! Why'd they go so hard for just that one?
I don't fucking know. And it's formatted. I want to be clear. It's formatted like.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
This, yeah. Let me post this for Alex.
They got the hyphen to enunciate the cry of the insects.
Oh,
it's really good.
Higurashi when they cry.
Exactly.
Also, it's really funny calling this the Formless Revenge when they do end up just kind of like
they do have a form,
and it's like the one big one, right? Like, that's funny.
A Cessna that was, oh no, this is the wiki summary. A farmer called Johnson has been using a homebrew cocktail of illegal pesticides on his farmland, and it's turning the friggin' locusts big. A truly giant locust called Majaba makes a plane crash near the farm, and Yuma investigates the crash. Johnson's son, who is called Sandy or Sandman, and he's somewhere in the Rain Man soup of mental illness depictions, but he's not like trying to do anything specific. He's been affected by growing up on this farm with the illegal pesticide cocktail. Johnson doesn't want Yuma snooping around on his illegal pesticide farmland. But Sandy gives Jean a drawing of a giant locust attacking a plane, and Yuma are like, okay, well, we think we know what happened. Yuma discovers everything about what's making the locusts big. It's the cocktail of illegal pesticides. They also get shot at by Johnson briefly. And the locusts are hanging around this farmland because they want revenge against it, or they're hungry. Anyway.
I just kind of took it as like locusts be wanting to eat, and when you mutate them to be really big, that doesn't go away. They still want to eat.
They still want to eat. Yuma discovers Yuma finally has a showdown with Majaba. Jack transforms. Ultraman fights. Sandy helps by taking an axe to the giant locust eggs, and this lures Majaba to huddle up with all the eggs, and the Yuma crew can spray the reagent that Charlie created, and this melts all the bugs. Sandy and Jack crawl out of the goo. Jean hugs Sandy, and Jack's like, "Where's my hug?" Back at base, the team celebrate with Sandy, and he does the classic bit where someone takes a slice out of a cake and he grabs the rest of the cake and says thank you. The end. How we feel about Sandy?
His presence in this episode is odd to me because it felt like they made an episode. They wanted to make an episode about pesticides bad, and then they're like, what's like the human angle? And then someone was like, what if the pesticide using farmer had they're not father son, right?
I think.
Are they not?
Are they?
Might be. I think so.
Because
this is what I had assumed.
Okay, I was wondering that, but then also, too, I don't know if at any point in this episode he goes, oh, this is my son. So I wasn't quite sure.
I suppose it's possible that he's not.
He does say he has never left the farm before, which is wild.
Yeah.
Describes him as a half-wit and doesn't have... He's got a screw loose upstairs. I don't think he says screw. He says something about kangaroos. and once again, it's like, come on.
How kangaroo in a paddock or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I'm just... It's sort of a weird character because he's not... It's not quite... like I say, it's not quite actor wants to do... Actor does a specific named illness. It is just generally like... Oh, this fictional, like... cocktail of pesticides that can make locusts grow big has also been affecting this guy. Is that why he's fat? I don't know. They make a fat joke about him at the end when it hasn't come up at all, the fact that he's fat. It's weird.
That's the 90s.
That's the 90s.
Wait. So did you think that Sandman is is like that because of the pesticides?
He has a conversation with Gene where he's like, people used to say that I'm drunk, and he says, I never drank, and he says something about like it's living here, and he describes himself as sick and like he used to be different. So like in my mind, I'm like, okay, so there is a connection between like he's grown up on this farm.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because
eating the food.
I think at the time I took that as a very fraught way of trying to describe the neurodivergence going on, but I think you're right. I think that that makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. Which is why it winds up being like, this is completely unnamed. This is just kind of vague. Like, we're going to be vaguely condescending about just generally the people that we think of as like not all there, which is like, this is very, very 90s, but I'm not really like high on it, so it is what it is.
The one bit of it that I kind of think they're, I don't want to say cooking because they're not, but like the one bit that I'm like, oh, this is interesting as like a narrative beat, is when he's shooting at Yuma as they're coming towards the farm, and when he realizes that, like the jig is up, he gets out of there, but as he's booking it out, he puts the rifle in Sandman's arms, just kind of assuming, they're just gonna assume that, like,
I see.
That, well, also, I think it's, one, he'll listen to whatever I tell him to, and two, he'll take the fall for me because they'll just assume that he was the one doing it. Which I was like, oh, that's, like, as a shitty villain thing to do, I'm like, that's kind of interesting, but, like, yeah, I think it's the only part of the episode where they really do anything with that subplot that I'm like, there's something here that I find valuable, just, like, people being shitty, but the rest of it is just, like, yeah, I don't really think they, they have the tools to kind of make good on the checks they're trying to write, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
because you are right. They're kind of bringing it up and talking about it without actually wanting to. They're never explicit or specific enough to, I think, actually really do anything of actual like interest. It's just our main characters are nice, basically.
Yeah, it's slightly weird in that it feels like they can tell what the future's going to be like in 20 years, and they're just like, and they have somehow seen that future and gone, well, let's be a little bit evasive. This is like a fictional thing.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't anything that you could actually get offended about. It's I think I like big locusts.
They're neat.
And I cannot lie.
They feel something like the design feels so, and it's probably just because they're bugs, but I'm like, this feels like something from like Starship Troopers and not Ultraman. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it's so Western sci-fi bug alien movie monster that it's very distinct. I guess there's only so many ways to do a big bug, really.
Yeah.
But...
if I remember, I'm pretty sure the kaiju designer is still Japanese. But how that translates into like being made into suits by the Australian team is another story.
That gazebo concept art had a credit. Let me go back. At least gazebo was created by Norman Yeend. Who?
Let's see. Oh yeah, kaiju designs for the series is Minoru Yoshida. You can see his signature in the bottom of that picture. So I think it's like, yeah, it's like, again, like much like the scripts, Broken Telephone.
Okay, interesting.
Which makes a very bizarre show.
This, you can feel the telephoneness, and like, this is one case where like, I think someone would be like, well, would you, someone could make the case like, well, would you even notice it if it weren't for, like, if we didn't know about it beforehand, would we still feel it? And like, I can feel it. Like, these episodes, I feel like, definitely feel like they've had a few different passes to them, in a funny way.
Mm-hmm.
I like how desolate this episode feels. That's one thing I did kind of note, because I mean they are just like kind of, deep in the country.
Yeah.
Are you asking who made this episode?
Who made this episode? Yes.
This was also a Hidenori Miyazawa episode.
All right. Mel, anything?
Yeah, this is a puppet made us by some guys. You can just look at the blog. Things of note that are interesting is just like the puppet has mechanized wings, so it could be used for flight scenes as well.
Mm-hmm.
And also they're like, the guy in the blog was talking about like, yeah, we had to be very careful to like meticulously recreate the shed we used for actual filming just so we could actually do the shot of the kaiju breaking it.
Okay.
As a miniature. So that's fun. Just like under the hood, like, oh yeah, they had to like look at the building they're using for filming it to actually destroy it in a miniature form. So that's neat.
Wow. Do we have anything more to say about this episode? The answer can be no, because we've still got 2 more episodes.
I think it's a no.
Yeah.
I like this one a little bit more, but I think that's coasting a lot on. I think the bugs are just cooler.
Yeah.
There is an extent to which the first 3 episodes we have to talk about today are basically the same episode.
Yes, they are.
I will say I like the episodes progressively more as they go on.
I think that's true.
Let me see. I also think that's probably true.
And part of it is because they just get weirder.
Yes. So speaking of weird, episode 9, the Biospherians, aka the Bios Plan, Plant City.
Me when I let my fucking PC case get overgrown.
Yeah. Dr. Leonie Krankstein wants funding to continue her research into her biosphere. Inside her biosphere, she keeps people and plants that have been genetically engineered. I'm reading this summary, and I'm realizing I didn't write down what the intention is for this biosphere, and I also don't remember. What was she trying to do?
I think it was just like something about environmental regeneration.
Yeah, I was just kind of assuming this was about like studying plant or agriculture,
and like regreening the planet.
Arthur Grant is skeptical, especially because an actor for an ad about the plants went missing. He got fucking eaten. After analysis back at base, Yuma figures out that the plants are sentient and able to communicate and at like high frequencies, and they're also part of a process creating life forms that have too much oxygen in them, making them prone to combustion. These plants could spell the end for humanity. Yuma heads to the biosphere to investigate. Arthur and Kim get captured by Dr. Krankstein, and Jack meets a man who's been turned into a plant, and makes him help him find the center of all this. And it turns out to be a computer, which is sentient and is controlling the growth of the plant. Yeah, it's hooked up to the plants. It's controlling the growth of the plants. The computer is an alien that wants to wipe out the biggest threat to life on Earth, humanity. Is the computer an alien? Have I made that up?
Yes.
No, it's an alien.
Okay. It wants to wipe out the biggest threat to life on Earth, humanity. Classic. Dr. Crankstein feels betrayed. She intended for peaceful coexistence, and best line in the episode, computer is like, well, I lied.
That's gonna be the YouTube thumbnail.
Yeah. And Crankstein dies trying to destroy the computer, and then Arthur Grant is like, she was brilliant, you know. He does the fucking you're a victim. Here we go, CSI. A giant plant computer kaiju called BIOS emerges from the biosphere, and Jack transforms into Ultraman. Eventually, Ultraman defeats BIOS, and Arthur Grant is like, but really, this is a warning that we shouldn't continue down this path of destroying the natural world. The end. What's Dr. Crankstein's outfit?
What?
Dr. Crankstein's outfit for presenting is so funny. Like, it's just a weird situation to be dressed the way she is. It's just interesting.
I forgot the outfit.
Let me find.
I know she has like her understudy in like jogging gear, which looks really funny.
She's presenting to try to get funding in like a crop top, which obviously I'm not opposed to a crop top, but it was just like I was like slightly nonplussed by the fashion choice for the situation. I have to find. No, I'm not going to bother finding it.
Trying to find this did reveal to me that the actress's name for the good doctor is Lynn Shakespeare, which is good.
Oh, very good. Very good.
When you go into a creative field, your last name is Shakespeare. That's just incredible.
Yeah, you gotta make.
It's like I was made for this role.
Yeah.
This is assuming this is not a stage name, but you know.
What's stage names? You're telling me actors go around with fake names?
Nah.
Damn. Plant people. She's turning people into plant people. What happens to them at the end of the episode?
Good question. Because
that one guy is like, I can't breathe outside of this sphere.
Well,
yeah, and he dies. Don't worry, problem
better
solved.
adapt.
They're just fucking dead. They're just dead. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, maybe they should have thought about that before,
Before signing up for a environmentalist research.
Yeah.
That would be a crazy looking contract to sign up to have to be genetically modified to do photosynthesis.
Yeah.
That's like superhero origin story. I like this that they have just filmed this in some kind of like just a greenhouse.
Yeah.
Just some kind of place where they've got a lot of like tropical plants. They just took a day trip out to a center, and they've filmed all their fucking scenes for the biosphere. I quite like it. I don't have much to say. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of is what it is. Which, isn't bad, but it do be what it is. It's like very straightforward, and there's some funny moments, but
yeah, I like
as a whole, I kind of just felt like these 3 episodes are just like, oh, we got more of the show to make. you know, what do we do?
Who made this episode?
Funny you say that. This is our first new writer, and only new writer for this session. So this one was written by Suzuki Satoshi, who is a Japanese screenwriter, director, and novelist. And the only thing of note I really found is that he was apparently, like, as a kid, like literally in elementary school, he seemed to have studied under a painter by the name of Kumaichi Hirasawa, who was pretty acclaimed and kind of like was brought up creatively in his studio. And he first was like a manga guy and then didn't really seem to be able to break into that. So he went the route of like screenplays and script writing and kind of got started in film from there. And it seems like he worked in film for a little bit. I think he's going to show up in Ultraman Cosmos and Ultraman Z. But it seems like eventually at some point he kind of stopped working so much in the industry, or at least kind of like backed off a little bit, and is now like post-COVID more involved in like he helps out for like film like screenwriting classes and seminars and stuff like that. So he's more of like a teacher these days. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess at some point for the NHK, he worked on a true crime show to do exactly one episode about the 1976 Lockheed Martin plane scandal.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, actually, okay, I missed this. That description did say and novelist, and that's a recent development. His first full-length novel came out last year, so still working.
Wow. Nice. Congrats on the novel.
Yeah. What if it's really fucked up?
What if?
Yeah. The Labyrinth of Rabal.
Uh-huh.
I don't think there's too much fucking... I don't know. I was gonna say, there's only so much problematic that can happen in a labyrinth, but that's the thing about a labyrinth. There's a lot going on in there.
Yeah, there could be. Mel, anything for this episode?
Basically, Aikawa originally had this episode about like a bacteria causing a computer to go haywire, but then he found out about like the actual biosphere type experiments that were going on around the same time. And he felt like, oh well, Australian audiences would probably be familiar with this, so he asked Suzuki, the writer, to be like, hey, can you research this for me? Okay, thanks. Sorry for the short notice.
Damn.
Okay. Could they have filmed this in a real one of these then that I was not aware of?
I was trying to, the Ultraman Wiki suggested there was one of these going on in Australia, but I could find no actual corroboration for this because the one that was happening, that I think was the most mainstream, like news grabbing one, was one in Arizona. So
Rip.
Ace Combat 3 Biosphere.
Uh-huh. This is the look she's rocking, trying to get funding.
Well, it is a look.
It's a look. It's the 90s.
We're all trying to get funding in the 90s.
I do like Bio as like a weird plant computer kaiju.
Mm-hmm.
When the suits fights.
I think it's funny how it's kind of like your standard Ultraman plant monster, but then it has like the Darth Vader computer like chest.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's neat.
You know, I kind of do. I don't really. How much do we think that BIOS is supposed to be a play on words of the fact that it is both plant-based and a computer?
I mean, I hope it is.
Probably. It probably is.
Yeah. Like, Yeah. I probably.
Okay, yeah.
Fingers crossed.
According to the Ultraman wiki, its subtitle is The Cyber Plant. So...
There you go.
That... Yeah. Thank you, Ultraman wiki. Affiliation, none.
Affiliation, none. This is not affiliated. With anything.
No. It's like Swamp Thing.
Is Swamp Thing unaffiliated?
No, he works for the Parliament of Trees.
The Entmoot.
Where those wives go?
I'd forgotten about the Entwives. I'd forgotten. Man. Ents. They're weirdos.
Coming soon to some Shelf by Genre podcast.
Yeah.
In like...
The Ents.
6 months, probably.
Yeah, something like that. How many episodes did it take them to read The Hobbit?
4.
4.
Oh,
that's quite a lot.
They did. I think they extended it a little bit because the third episode is very little coverage, but a lot happens because it's the smog stuff. So
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is also than there are movies.
Which is where I left off in my reading of The Hobbit. I gotta get back.
It is funny that they're like, yeah, we're just gonna do the last 2 Hobbit movies in one podcast, which does sound miserable. I
wouldn't watch those movies. In fact, you know what? I haven't. I watched the first one, and then I didn't watch the rest of them.
I watched bits of them, and I do not know if I've seen any of them in full, but I do not care to.
I went to see them with my fellow Lord of the Rings loving friends when they came out, but I do have a distinct memory of the Desolation of Smog because I went to go to the movie theater and none of my friends were there, so I saw it alone. And after, I was like, where were you guys? And one of my friends got ridiculously sick for like a week. That started the night of when we were supposed to go see that movie. And the other one got an offender bender on his way to the movie theater.
Oh,
I see.
Oh, okay.
So every time I think of that movie, I'm like, that movie might be cursed.
I could see that.
It's okay. One of the later bonus pods they're going to do is The One.
That's a movie better than The Hobbit.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
I don't know for what purpose they're doing it other than just like it is called The One. And it's like, well, it has nothing to do with Lord of the Rings, but maybe to break things up a little bit.
This is the one with the exploding rat you sent the clip of.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
This is the one with good Jet Li and evil Jet Li.
Yeah. Gabe Law and U Law.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about episode 10?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
It's called Tourists from the Stars, aka in Japanese, Alien Rhapsody.
Okay.
Yuma detects the arrival of 2 UFOs from outer space. These UFOs are Veronica and Ryugalo, who are nomads who have come to visit Earth as, essentially, tourists. Ryugalo poses as a food truck, and Veronica as a woman working in the food truck. Charlie meets Veronica after some romantic disappointment and immediately hits it off with her. He takes her on a date to the zoo where she reacts like, why the fuck do you keep animals in cages? And Charlie's like, that's a really weird thing to say after agreeing to visit the zoo. Nonetheless, doesn't really suspect anything. Ryugalo, disguised as a limo, blows up Charlie's car, which Charlie watches happen. I have to be clear. Back at base, everyone else in Yuma is like, so you know you're dating an alien, right? And Charlie says, you know, it's strange, but no, actually. No, I don't. He visits Veronica again, and this time discovers the truth. she and Ryugalo escape from some kind of suits led by the loser Ike. They are eventually tracked down, and Yuma asks Charlie to make a deal with the aliens. Charlie offers their terms, safe haven at Yuma base, but Veronica views it as a cage. Ike and his boys attack, and Ryugalo turns into a giant kaiju. Jack transforms and fights Ryugalo, eventually convincing him that doing the right thing by Veronica is what's important. And what Veronica wants is to, live among humans on Earth. Ryugalo transforms into Waluigi Charlie, and they are allowed to go. They are allowed to go free and perhaps even live on Earth as humans. The end.
The psychosexual depth of this final 30 seconds is phenomenal.
He transforms into Charlie, and you can see the cogs turning in Charlie's brain as he's like, should I be mad or flattered? Should I be mad or flattered? It's like, I can't decide.
I like how Charlie has this joke. Here's his name for her. He's like, what, is he Italian? And he shows up as like Italian Charlie.
Yes.
This episode is really funny. There's a lot of good bits in it.
Yes. I truly thought that Charlie knew he had an alien girlfriend and was trying to keep it secret, but then he keeps being surprised by more things. I'm like, what do you mean?
I like when the people at Uma are like grilling him for it, and he's like, you're letting your feelings blind you, right? And he's like, well, yes. Charlie
Morgan, for everything I've said, I owe you an apology. I wasn't familiar with your game.
My favorite joke though, is when after like they do the raid of their apartment, and you get like the TV report, and like there's like the one like Secret Service guy in the background, and then like he's just like he's just doing the kind of standing there posing a little bit, and then like the guy ends the broadcast like, and that's the news live at 2, and the guy just quickly checks to see if his watch is working.
That's good. That is good. This episode's great. It's so stupid.
It's really dumb. I love it. When the electricity shoots out and incapacitates those two guys, and Charlie's like, wow, you're really lucky that happened. It's like, what do you mean?
He's like, you could have been seriously hurt by that short circuit, and you can see Veronica like, you can't be. No,
it's like a laser electricity cannon that shoots out from the front of the truck.
When they leave the zoo and his car gets blown up.
Yes.
And his reaction is, his reaction's just like, huh, that's weird.
I hate when a meteor hits precisely my car.
It's the fucking Veronica, presumably some kind of, is the classic Tumblr defined morosexual, attracted to dumbasses and dumbasses exclusively. Because also Charlie is wearing the most outrageous shirts I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
I mean, he just does that every episode.
At one point, good on Arthur Grant. He's like, change out of that shirt. What are you doing? He does say that.
There's like a bit in this episode where Jack visits the apartment like before Charlie and identifies the aliens, and right, like he's talking to Ryugalo, and he's talking about like they're talking about the things that they discuss imply that Ultraman is aware of the law, of the space law, and that the space law exists, and that Ryugalo and Veronica are also familiar with the space law, and they're here on some kind of loophole that means they don't need a visa or something. And I'm just immediately like, Cop Ultraman. I need the Cop Ultraman immediately. I know they're already cops, but there's just a vibe here of them being like, we have a right to be here. I'm like, okay, I need the Ultraman that has to navigate this. They do the classic, the Ultra Q episode ending, right? All the way back in when they had that episode where the alien just goes on to live on Earth as a human being, and the narrator's like, anyone, there could be loads of us who are aliens who have, found solace by living on Earth as humans. I think Veronica's main... I think Veronica might learn that there's more problems with Earth than just Zeus. But, I wish them the best.
Yeah.
Who made this episode?
This episode was made by... Unlocking my phone. Oh. I got it. I just need to click through next on this episode list. Almost there.
Almost there.
Almost there. This episode was made by Akinori Endo, the Zeta Gundam guy.
Nice. Very nice. Mel.
This is Veronica's played by Oriana Penozzo, and Rugolo's voiced by Lee Biolis. Obviously, his actor is the same as Charlie.
Charlie.
Also, in drafts for the second season of Great that never got made, there were plans to have Veronica and Rugolo come back to help assist Great against the Boltons in a 3-episode storyline. What the fuck?
A 3-episode storyline? You don't have the space for that.
That's crazy. What are they doing?
It's
that
fun
must
to
have been
dream.
Like the grand finale.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do a 3-parter in our second season of Ultraman Great. You can say anything about the second season you're never getting. I do like that this is ultimately about fixing a relationship between Veronica and Ryugalo just having to because Ryugalo is like, ugh, I don't like it here on Earth, and Veronica's like, I want to make it work.
And Ultraman is like, you gotta listen to your girl, man.
Yeah.
Just Ultraman getting relationship advice while in the middle of a fight is really funny.
Yeah, I would like more
wink,
Ultraman.
Wink, I think she likes the look of Charlie.
I would like more Ultraman fights where there is back and forth conversation happening. It was good. Big fan. I like Ryugalo's design too.
Let me have a look at Ryugalo.
He's got like weird blades everywhere. He
He's got the big blade head.
He looks like he could be like a Super Mario Sunshine boss a little bit.
I mean, he is in the painting like in Super Mario 64.
Yeah, that's true.
He does live in the painting. He lives in anything he wants. He turns into it. The food truck turning into a limo and then following Charlie in the car I was like, hell, we're back.
I just
Thank God for Ultraman Great.
I need to post this from the Ultraman wiki because this is just ridiculous.
skies hamburger van.
The parentheses hamburger van really really adds to this.
Yeah. Do we have anything more to say about this episode?
Big fan. This is a fun one.
Yeah,
It
it's probably
doesn't
my favorite episode of the show.
It doesn't quite have the unhinged energy of episode 3, but whatever will.
Well, episode 3 is a fever dream. This is just like a well-made comedy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do we have any color timers?
Yeah. Episode 7, 3 minutes, 14 seconds. Episode 8, 2 minutes, 8 seconds. Episode 9, 3 minutes, 8 seconds. Episode 10, 2 minutes, 47 seconds.
All right.
Also, I forgot to actually give some episode trivia in our Omega podcast finale, so I'm slotting it in here.
Go for it.
The directors for the episodes of Omega was Tomonobu Koshi for episode 23 and Masayoshi Takesu for episode 24 and 25. The writers Junichiro Ishiki for episode 23 and Toshizo Nemoto for episode 24 and 25. Garyuga, the Spinosaurus Kaiju suit actor Shin Takahashi, with Hiroki Arai and the showing up as Peganos in that episode. And then the final boss is Omura, suit actor Hiroki Arai. And the suit itself was made up of different kaiju that Omega was unable to defeat the first time he fought them. Which is like some Jumbo King energy. And then Shin Takahashi did the suit acting for Damaga in that suit for that and that two-parter. And that rounded it out. There wasn't a lot of trivia for Omega, so.
Cool. Wow. That might be it on the Ultraman. Join us after the break when we will be talking about anything else. Welcome back. We're here to talk about anything else. Who wants to go? I got a couple of things, but I'm not desperate to. I'm not in a rush.
Same.
I guess I got a couple of things.
Go for
it. So I watched a couple movies past couple days.
Nice.
Films, etc. First up, I watched the 1947 film One Wonderful Sunday.
Okay.
Which is
What is One Wonderful Sunday?
Directed by one Akira Kurosawa.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I figured, hey, I should probably watch more of his stuff.
Same.
TBH. so I'm like, hey, maybe I'll pick away at those. And I picked this one because it was like, this is the earliest one that I'm willing to go back to watch, because all the other ones are kind of like, everyone kind of thinks these ones are made, and like half of them are like made under the wartime laws of like, oh well, these are propaganda movies. So I'm like, I can, just start here and leave it at that. And this is basically about like, a very obviously set and filmed in post-war occupation Japan, because that's when it was made, and is about a poor couple who are like engaged, and due to economic circumstances, they can't actually like live together because like they don't have enough money to own their own place. So like he stays with his friend and she stays with her sister, and they work full time during the week. And so Sunday's the only time they can actually meet up as a couple and go on a date. And they're like, well, we got to make our way through town, and when we have no money, and they get into like hijinks as it's like they see sort of like, you know, the class divides, the disparity. You know, they play baseball with some kids. He tries to meet his old friend his old war buddy who like started a cabaret, but because he's rich now, he's too embarrassed to see him. They can't find a place, and like they want to go see like a theater show, like an orchestra performance, but then like the people in front of them in line are scalpers who buy up all the tickets and then start selling them outside at an upcharge. So that date is ruined.
Damn, it's crazy what people had to deal with all those years ago.
Yeah, God.
Good thing that
Thank God we're out of those times.
Yeah. And yeah, so sort of like I think when I looked up at Wikipedia, it said like there's a neo-realist film in a way, like it's just nice. It's not like it definitely seems like one of those things where like this is still early days, he's still finding himself, but it's like where he starts to find himself. But you know, it's kind of a nice story of just like, oh, this is just like a day in the life of this couple who's doing their best. And it's not easy because things suck in the when, you know, Tokyo's been bombed to shit and etc. The ending is a bit strange in execution because there's a real like fourth wall breaking moment that just like seems like, oh, that's strange, but you know, it's nifty, worth a watch. And yeah,
sick.
I should watch more Kurosawa that doesn't involve men with swords. Those are the only Kurosawa movies.
Somehow, fate has made it so that of the 3 Kurosawa movies I've seen, only one of them has a guy with a sword.
Which one was that?
Rashomon, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because the other one's Stray Dog.
Hell yeah.
Which is a story about a guy who does not have a gun as the key plot.
Yeah.
And the other movie I watched yesterday. It's a 2024 movie. This one from Hong Kong called The Last Dance, which let me tell you, it's real annoying. It was real annoying trying to obtain this movie when it was released in the same year as the last Venom movie. It's like, oh yeah, Last Dance 2024. No, still not.
No, not that one.
I still need to watch that fucking third Venom movie.
Yeah.
Back memories, bring back your...
I won't forget you, buddy.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I shall have to remember to edit that in. I still have it saved, so I don't need it again.
Well, I should hope so. But yeah, this is a movie. I guess a good way of calling it is that this is definitely a COVID movie.
I see.
In the sense of the movie's plot and themes are informed by the fact that COVID happened. Where like the story is about like a wedding planner named Dominic who's like, for financial reasons, because of COVID impacting the ability of people to have weddings, leaves the wedding industry to enter the funeral industry because his fiance's uncle is like in the industry, and so he kind of like takes over his business, and it's about his relationship with like him as like a kind of like a it starts out as him being kind of like a grind set guy, almost with like his grind set car salesman approach to to doing funerals, clashing with like his quote unquote partner, a priest like who's everyone just calls Hello Man.
That's an ominous name.
Well, Hello is a nickname, but he's like a really old grumpy Taoist priest who's like, I have very by the book traditions, etc., etc., and sort of like his entanglement in their relationship as they like have friction, but eventually Dominic goes to like have more respect for the job he's doing rather than just being like trying to make money, and sort of the complications there. And there's also like a through line of like the priest's like daughter and his son, where like the son is like he wants to take his son into like a rich school, but like his wife is Catholic and it's like a Christian school, and so like even though he's a Taoist priest, he's like, oh, do I have to get baptized to help get my son into the school even though I'm like a Taoist priest family? And on the other hand, you have like the daughter who's like kind of like respected, who grew up like really respected their dad and their craft more than the son did, but because of like old habits of patriarchy, it's sort of like, oh, a woman can't be a Taoist priest because of like the menstruation is impure, etc., etc. And sort of rubbing up against that when she's like, well, he's like, well, if I was allowed to, I would have taken over the family business, but I wasn't allowed to, and that creates friction where like those things butt heads. And yeah, it's just a good drama. I feel like in some sense I can see how like some of the plot beats are maybe predictable, but I just think it's well executed. I like the characters and the dynamics, and I like the way things are done. The first half of the movie is definitely more of like a dark comedy in a sense, where like Dominic fumbles his way into being like the worst funeral guy ever.
Nice.
But then becomes more like a more straightforward like drama as like he grows like to give a shit more. And yeah, it's good. Apparently, when it came out, it was like the highest grossing movie in Hong Kong history ever. Somehow, I don't know how that happens, but that's pretty cool.
That's crazy. Hong Kong's got movies.
Yeah. It's kind of absurd when you look at the history, like, oh, this one city has as many movies as it does.
Well, you have to understand, it's like the biggest city. it's like absurd.
It's also just an incredibly photogenic place.
Yeah, I mean, to be clear, there are bigger cities in China.
I know. I'm like at some point, Hong Kong has
but it's true that it's a very big city.
Hong Kong is the fourth most densely populated region in the world.
Okay.
Anyway.
But yeah, it's just it's interesting that like,
Yeah, I don't know what the history is of how Hong Kong got a like has Hong Kong cinema. I don't know how that actually happened.
I mean, some of it has to be like the Civil War happens and a lot of like rich people go to parts of China that are not owned by China. And then 1997 happens and it's like, well, no, there's also part of China. But yeah, there's a interesting, curious history there for sure. But yeah, this movie is good. I recommend it.
Nice, very nice.
And then one last thing.
High Guard.
No.
Yes.
I definitely, me, the person known for playing shooters, played High Guard.
You're always saying we can't start recording yet. I gotta finish my Apex match. Famous spell quote.
Yeah. exactly.
You can't do me like this.
Oh, you have actually said that. Fuck.
Oh, yes.
I did consider this.
I forgot that was the thing that actually happened in the past.
I'm getting owned. I'm getting owned on the podcast.
I didn't even intend to.
I mean, I think that was like 2023 era, so, you know, it's been a while. But
It's only been a while because the friend that I play Apex with betrayed me and got into Marvel Rivals instead.
I have friends who play Marvel
Apex
Rivals, but I do not.
I have played some Marvel Rivals.
I've simply accepted every hero shooter
Mm-hmm.
I get into runs into the same issue, which is then you're playing it for a few weeks and you have fun, and then some people in the group decide that they want to really go in, and everyone else really is not about that. I'm usually in the not about that category. And it kind of falls apart from there. People
Hey,
stop
Brad,
playing.
how do you feel about the fact that you can now go back and play Overwatch? Not 2.
Even before I even had like justified political reasons to do so.
Don't play Overwatch.
I was formulating a Peter Parker doesn't matter Uncle Ben in my head about the fact that you just don't touch it anyway because it's Blizzard.
They like ruined that game after like a year because they listened to all the fucking.
I keep thinking about, like, before Overwatch 2 launched, IGN put out their updated review of Overwatch that was like, after a decade, we can finally confirm that Overwatch is indeed a masterpiece. It was like 10 out of 10. And it's like, this is like years after anyone who liked Overwatch stopped liking Overwatch. What are you doing?
Oh.
Anyway, I did do some gaming.
What kind of gaming?
You finished Final Fantasy VI.
No. It's actually a bit more shameful because it's mobile gaming. Because I played the Ave Mujica and then Arknights.
I see.
That
Do the
was,
girls fit in?
They made it work. I think the story's pretty good as like a thing because the plot is basically in this story the Ave Mujica girls get stuck in like a dream kind of, and being in the Arknights world is basically a dream. And Sakiko's like the only one who's like, wait a minute, this is a dream, and there's like an evil girl who's like keeping us in this dream and have to wake everyone up. And like all the girls have like are in like dream scenarios that are kind of like monkey's paw, but still like the thing they kind of ostensibly want. Like Mutsumi has a mom who actually likes her, and Umari is in a mafia story for some reason.
Okay.
She's like, oh, the
Umari simply be doing things. I would like.
She found a place she'll belong in the family.
Oh, I see.
It opens up with like she's like just got out of prison because she took the fall for her boss or something. Ridiculous. Everyone else is like a more normal in comparison. Just like, you know, Namu's like an actual successful idol, etc.
When my fellow band members are involved in other plots, and I have joined the mafia.
Yes. It is the best thing I could have asked for.
Very nice.
Very nice. Yeah. And yeah, it's fun. It's nice character stuff. As you know, Saku's like, I do value my bandmates as people, despite the fact that we all hate each other. But you know, we still do love each other in our own weird way. And you know, it's nice as like a nice story that presumably you can just go watch the cutscenes of on YouTube at some point. And so, you know, I'm like, hey, if you like the show Ave Mujica, you may as well go peek at those cutscenes.
I see.
And also, the gameplay wise, for those who don't know, Arknights is a tower defense game, and not one I've played very long. And the event battles in this are crazy. And not just because I'm like new, but also people who I know who are like veterans were like, "What the fuck? The fuck is this event and its mechanics? This is crazy."
That's wild, because usually for like gacha I've played that have like crossover stuff, that's when you do the super duper easy thing that like anyone played for the first time could do, because
Yeah, and it sounds like, from what I've heard, most Arknights collabs or events are easier, and this one is just kicking you in the balls for some reason. Like, I saw a YouTube thumbnail of like someone made a video about the boss of the final boss of the event, and it's like, an Arknights YouTube channel, and this is what they had to say about it.
I see. Okay. The Spawn of Satan. Just all caps, bright red text. Spawn of Satan.
It was like, I definitely like didn't have much time else for other games, because I was like, both had to grind out figuring out how to beat these levels, and also I like was being taught how to actually do Arknights good and like do things to actually level up my guys who are like not especially like high leveled.
There is absolutely a thing in these games, because I got this with Honkai. I'll probably get it at some point with Nikkei, where there's like high level thing you like want to beat that you just need to lock the fuck in and be like, okay, time to actually learn the meta of how you play this.
Though in this case, the meta was also like, get a really good, strong support from someone else that breaks the game, and that isn't a free ticket, because you still get this event's still hard, but it does help a lot to have like a really strong nuke this support unit who's doing most heavy lifting for you. And it's interesting. A nifty game. I'm not far enough in the main story to comment on the plot of Arknights.
I see.
Especially because I'm apparently at the part where it's like kind of mid, and the interesting stuff is later. But
many such cases.
The aesthetics of Arknights is cool.
It's what
I like
the
the designs.
14 people were always telling me.
I've always like enjoyed from a distance like the outfits of Arknights characters, so
Yeah, like, because if I'm remembering, let me just make sure, because like that's kind of like the more tech wary. Yeah. No, I'm just like a sucker for this like post-COVID trend of like the big poofy techwear jackets, and like characters got straps that they probably don't need and never actually use. It's always a good look. I like Synduality's visual aesthetic a lot for similar reasons.
I do know that like Arknights kind of spun off of Girls Frontline, in the sense that a bunch of people who were on Girls Frontline left and made a new company to make Arknights.
Yeah.
So I think there's also like some aesthetic overlap there, but also I think like Girls Frontline is going for more of a tactical look. Also, the Ave Mujica girl designs in like the Arknights style is fun and good. Sakiko has horns.
Arknights Ave Mujica.
Yeah, there's like a. I'll get you the. Yeah, I was fortunate because like the gacha banner has 3 of the girls behind it, and then you get 2 of the others through just playing the event. And I got lucky enough to get all of them. So that was nice. I was like, oh, fortune is me.
Very nice.
Yeah, there's Sakiko in like a tactical outfit, which is fun.
I see.
And yeah, there's just some fun CGs. Yeah, here's Umari in prison.
where she belongs. She got the ears. Okay.
Yeah.
They know. They know.
Here's Mortis doing the "I don't want to play with you anymore."
Okay. Let me have a... Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's all I got.
Cool.
The Licorice Recoil event is happening in Nikkei, and since I have not watched that show, I'm using it as my break time to not play that game.
I see.
I haven't actually looked and seen if people like it or not. I played the Resident Evil one, and it was fucking forgettable, so...
They feel... I do wonder how the plot of that is.
Well, if it's
Licorice
anything...
Recoil feels both like the most and least fitting thing for Nikkei. Mostly because they don't focus on Chisato's ass, so... But they do shoot.
The Resident Evil crossover plot was basically... and I've heard that this is basically the case for every different IP crossover plot thing that they do. Is, oh no, dimensional waves made it so that this weird mysterious area showed up. Let's go investigate it. Oh, it's a zombie-filled mansion. Oh, there's some people inside here. Yeah, where we come from, there are zombies everywhere. Dang, that sounds bad. Okay, bye. And like that was about it.
That's boring.
It's really it's so dull.
Who's going first, you or me?
I can go. I don't have too
Okay.
much. So my friends and I watched Patlabor the Movie.
Nice.
Good movie.
I've been waiting in particular. So I have one friend who's just a sucker for egregious biblical pulls in fiction.
Well, tell him about this podcast.
So when it got to the part where the Tower of Babel, like, part from scripture is just on the screen as a computer virus, she popped off so hard, and I was like, yes, I fucking do it.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's a fun movie. I had never considered this beforehand, but it is funny because, like, it's been so long since I've seen Patlabor the Movie for the first time. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, sometimes you just kind of lose touch with, like, oh, what's it like to not know what's going to happen next? So both the friends I've been watching the Patlabor stuff with kept going, where's Kanuka Clancy? And then the characters keep name-dropping Kanuka Clancy. And then she finally shows up, and they're popping off so hard. And I was like, oh,
so good.
I forgot that they, like, it's a bit before she gets the sightseeing, no combat moment.
Yeah.
Which they also popped off for, which I was very happy about.
It's a good moment.
Yeah, that's a fun ass movie. I did laugh because my friends were also commenting on the fact that like, as soon as when the two investigator characters show up, they're like, this is a completely different movie, and they were super into it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which I am curious now how they're gonna feel about 2 when we get to it. Because, 1, they were really into that part of it, which is, like, kind of what they continue on with, like, tone-wise. But, one of them did comment, like, oh, I feel like, because that movie's a lot more about, is it Azuma, the main guy's name?
Patlabor 2?
No,
or Patlabor the Movie?
In the movie.
Patlabor the Movie is Asuma.
Yeah, yes. Was a little disappointed about the shift from Noah to Azuma, so I'm curious how how that'll be felt in 2. So, but also too, again, they were really into, like, the slow, like, Oshi doing his fucking Oshi shit of, like, just, like, taking the landscape. People are gonna be walking around, like, weird reclaimed areas of Japan and commenting on, like, this shouldn't exist, and I don't recognize my hometown anymore because it's been built up so much. So that's a fun movie. I have a model kit of that fucking the like hell Patlabor unit that they fight because it goes bad. The fucking new Gundam ass new model from that. I forget what it's called. Is it like the Type 0 or something? I don't know. With the claw. The fucking claw that shoots out. It's so cool. I have a model kit of that. I need to build it. I feel lucky that I held off on getting like an actual like Ingram model kit because I think they announced they're doing like a real grade. Yeah, so I'll definitely pick that up because if there's anything that's not Gundam that I want a real grade for, Patlabor would be one of them. So
yeah, I should get that. I have a model kit of the Ingram I haven't built, but even still,
the thing I have heard is that apparently most of the Patlabor model kits are not particularly fun to actually put together. Like it's just kind of finicky. But I don't have any experience with them. I've personally found that a lot of things that aren't Bandai specific, the Gunpla guys are a little. You always run into one part where it's like, okay, this is just fucking annoying. Me thinking back to the fucking Zone of the Enders model kits that are hell in some parts. But yeah. Oh, the other big thing I did. I almost forgot about what led to the actual thing I wanted to talk about. I'm in a Discord server that has a movie night that I've never joined before. And then they added everyone this week, and the person was like, "Hey, I'm gonna show everyone Ghost in the Shell," and I went, "Oh fuck yeah!" So I tuned in for that. It was the dub, which I haven't heard in a minute, but it's fun. It's solid for the time it came out. And that made me go, we keep getting previews for the Science Saru new Ghost in the Shell adaptation. Unfortunately coming to Prime Video. I'm curious, like, because that one clearly is going back specifically to the look and presumably the feel and tone of the manga from what we've seen from like the pre-release stuff so far. And I was like, I don't exactly remember caring for the Ghost in the Shell manga when I read it, but it's been a minute. Like they came out with like a big hardcover collection of it. Right, I want to say it was like right before COVID. At least that's when I read it. And I was like, it's been a few years at this point. Let me try to purge all of my attachment towards like the Oshi movies and Standalone Complex, and just kind of like take it on its own terms a little bit more and see how I'm feeling about it. I fully intended to read through the full thing by the time we recorded this, and I got halfway through. I'll try to wrap it up this week, but oh my god, literally the first night
is Ghost in the Shell the boys of manga?
I don't know enough about the boys to answer this.
I mean, what everyone says about the boys is that the comic sucks and the show is a lot better.
Probably. I'd believe it.
I don't care enough about the boys.
My reference point is K-On! I'm like, Ghost in the Shell.
Actually, I would argue Bocchi the Rock is also one of these.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I also just, because, like, I've read a little bit of Shiro before, and I also feel this way about Appleseed, where, the Appleseed anime stuff I've watched, and I'm gonna be honest, off the top, because I know there's different Appleseed anime adaptations, I don't quite remember off the top of my head which ones I've seen, but I remember I kind of feel about Appleseed the same way I do Bubblegum Crisis, where I'm like, that's like a kind of kind of nifty, fun, turn your brain off, like, dumb, like, late 80s action sci-fi romp that, like, as soon as you're not watching it, it's immediately forgettable. But I'm, like, having a decent enough time watching it. But I do remember going back to the Appleseed manga and just being like, I don't care about this. I think Shiro is a big ideas guy that isn't particularly great at telling a story, but has fun imagining worlds and concepts for those worlds and drawing cool-looking cyberpunk things. But I actually think just as a storyteller in comic form, there were multiple, like, I forgot how hard it actually is to follow some of these different episodic stories, because, like, there will literally be times where you turn the page and, like, it's just jarring, the transition that's happened in the narrative, where it's like,
oh,
it is asking me to assume people are doing things or things that have happened that I feel like should probably have been depicted. I don't know how much of that is just, like, you know, I don't exactly know the situation. I'm assuming Ghost in the Shell was serialized somewhere, like, as, you know, manga is. And I don't know how much of that is, like, just a struggling with page count issue thing or what, but, like, there were a few different times where I had to go back through and reread to be like, am I missing something here? And I'm like, no, this is just very, like, jumpy as a story. The other thing about Ghost in the Shell, packed full of footnotes and commentary from Shiro, that sometimes is, hey, here's, like, a little, like, index type summary of this proper noun that I just dropped. Or other times, it's him writing way too many words about, now, some people that actually know about medical technology might think that this is unrealistic. But actually, according to this recent study I read, and it is once again reminding me of that thing I talked about with Level of Alternative, where it's like, I fucking hate when people, especially in, like, the sci-fi realm, I feel like this happens all the time. You don't need to create your story arguing with the nerds you can envision in your head. Just write the fucking thing, and if people, like, just write the thing, and accept that normal people will take it at face value as a fictional story, you know, to be enjoyed. You don't need to have this nerd inferiority complex about someone saying, oh no, there's no explosions in space, you fucking dummy. It's stupid. I hate it so much. There are points in this manga too where, like, he drops really beefy, like, commentary notes between panels that just completely kills the flow of the scene. There is one I posted on Blue Sky that I felt was very egregious.
I did see this.
Yes. So I'm gonna post it in here because I feel like it's kind of, like, emblematic of my bigger problem with his writing style in general, which is this conversation. So there is a fucking panel of Bateau in a ridiculous outfit saying, hell, I'd solve the problem by building longer-lasting hardware. And then, helpfully, Shiro has a footnote above that panel with an arrow pointing to that speech bubble saying, wouldn't work, too expensive, and conflicts with planned obsolescence. And then the tech he's talking to says in the next panel, so that's what you'll write in the personal opinion section at the end of your report, eh? And it's just like, why wouldn't you make that footnote what that guy says in the story as part of a natural flow of conversation? But this happens all the time with his dialogue.
Aside, no promotion for you.
Yeah, aside, no promotion for you. But this happens all the time with Shiro's dialogue, where we get panels where characters, it's like he's trying to draw from the well of, like, 80s action movie cool guy one-liners, or, like, you know, banter, but he doesn't quite have it. It just kind of feels empty and like it's filling for space. And then there's another point a few pages after this. Actually, no, I think it's a few pages before this, maybe. I can't quite remember where it happens in the story, but there is a chapter that was is basically the basis for the second Ghost in the Shell movie. And there's a point where a device shows up, and Bateau has a panel where he goes, "Oh, it's this device. This thing is so illegal that they don't even use it for animal testing anymore because it does blah 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 blah," right? And Shiro has a footnote that says, "I fucking hate having to do expository dialogue like this. It's so unnatural. I try not to do it, but here I had no choice." And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I would much rather have characters in the narrative explain things that may be a little too,
As you know,
rather than, "Oh, you're completely breaking the flow of the scene, so I can write the 4 lines of fake science notes you wrote about micro machines and android blood and what color it is." That just completely takes me out of the story and keeps me from being immersed in this world. And that's the other thing that reading this has given me a newfound appreciation and affection for Oshi's movie adaptation, because it's taking a manga that I feel very detached from, and I feel very hard to penetrate the lived experience of oh, what is this city like, or what is it like to actually live with all this advanced technology and think about all these things from a personal angle. And it just kind of throws you into a really moody, atmospheric situation where you can kind of find yourself getting lost in and wondering things. And part of the way that it does that is that it explains less. They tell you what a ghost is chapter 1 of this. They have a hard sci-fi definition of what the ghost and what the shell are. The movie don't do that. It trusts you to kind of get the point, right? And I just appreciate that approach so much more, and I think has made me develop a newfound appreciation for what that adaptation manages to do with the source material. The one other thing I did find interesting from my time with this is I do think it's funny how the way that Shiro came up with the idea of a ghost and kind of views its interaction with the broader world is that the ghost, even before technology, the idea of the ghost can be traced back to things like spirit channeling, and also the Shinto belief that everything has a soul or spirit within it. Which I think is interesting, because that immediately, I feel as soon as that Oshi movie comes out, gets transformed into a much more Judeo-Christian, Abrahamic idea of the soul. While still having some of those Shinto elements, but I feel that part of it gets a lot more backgrounded. There's also a lot of differentiation in the manga between robots versus cyborgs, and the big difference there, including some commentary about how robots are promoted and built by people who fundamentally just don't believe in the concept of a soul, or at the very least don't think that the soul is an important thing worth considering in modern society. And I'm okay, there are some fun ideas here. I just wish they were more in the story themselves and not in the side margins of the page. And yeah, not a big fan, I think, of Shiro. I will finish the manga. I will also try to get myself to read 1.5 and 2, the sequels to this. But I think I'm just not a big Shiro fan.
I do have a quick note on these little footnotes.
Yeah.
Manga does this. They just put it in the panel. Yeah. Mangaka always do, obviously varies, but like I'm always reading manga where there's like there's a little text that's just kind of commenting on the situation, and like it's not necessarily coming from a character. But this does seem like extensive in
the Winchester is a famous gun.
Yeah.
And I also feel like a lot of the time when I see it in other things, like it'll be like a character making a silly face, and then it'll be an arrow pointing to them and say like doesn't understand.
Yeah.
It's not like a paragraph of someone going, oh, actually, there's one that is like, why did you even write this? And it was, it's the chapter, it's the chapter that gets adapted into the movie where it's the junk guys. And then there's like the guy with the high velocity bullets that shoot at him or whatever, like the hacker guy. You know that scene where Togusa and the Major are in the car, and she's like, why the fuck do you still use a revolver? And Togusa's like, oh, you know, that I like my revolver. Hey, why did you hire me? I don't even have any like cybernetic parts or whatever, right? Like, you know, that whole conversation happens. So that is just in the manga, and then when that scene ends, he writes a few lines that he's like, oh, I didn't have the space to draw this, but just so you're aware before you turn the page, the Major and Togusa get into their battle armor, and they gear up to fight with, they grab some weapons.
What? What are you talking? What? No. Don't do that.
And I'm like, what? I could have just turned the page and seen them in their armor and gear and been like, yeah, they did that. I don't understand.
That's so weird.
So
does he not know? Does he just not know how comics work?
No, because this is like his third. The Dominion Tank Police Cat Girls show up as cameos in this manga. He's written 4 volumes of Appleseed by this point.
Is it possible that Shiro is the first mangaka to be like really accomplished and also fundamentally not understand manga?
It feels like he sounds like he's accomplished despite himself.
I think that also too, because I was like, how old was he when he made this? And I think it is also the case of dude in his 20s who took off because he made a really well-received doujinshi that then got into publishing. And the thing that I keep coming back to is that he feels very insecure. Because I do think he's a smart guy. Like, you can tell because of just how many specific pulls he is making to science experiments and recent studies. Like he is absolutely a person interested in modern science and technology, and I'm assuming like is pulling a lot of this info from like magazines or whatever he was like, you know, subscribed to at the time. Like he definitely has a love for that stuff, but I feel like he also has this like really insecure need to like prove like, oh no, the ideas I'm playing around with are like super real and like worth considering and stuff, because you know, it's kind of, you know, there are science experiments about this in the real world, and he just constantly feels the need to like reference that sort of thing, and make sure you get it.
I have just been like flashbanged by looking up Dominion and seeing that the cover just has fucking Rekawa on it.
That is funny.
I am curious to, at the very least, check out some of his other stuff just to see, like, because obviously Ghost in the Shell 2, I also feel like is a thing that lends itself to a lot of exposition that I'm curious how, because, like, I don't remember Appleseed being this footnote heavy, but it's also been a very long time since I checked out that manga. But, like, I might read Dominion. The thing that I think, like, the doujinshi thing that he took off with was, I believe, called Black Magic M66 or something, which is about, like, it's basically the Terminator thing of... it's like a Terminator thing of, oh, there's a cyborg that's trying to kill someone, and
yeah,
you got to get him to safety, sort of thing. So, but yeah, that's my Shiro manga power hour. I didn't expect to talk this much about Shiro. I had more feelings than I think I realized. Sometimes you do read a thing or watch a thing, and it helps you more easily define what you do value in storytelling by giving you a negative example of what you definitely don't like. That's for sure. The other thing, you're gonna have to forgive me, but I'm beginning the most obnoxious bit of all time.
Okay.
So, last week, actually 4 days ago, a new game came out, Xenogears. And it seems pretty neat. I think I'm gonna play it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What? Last week?
Yeah, last week. I think I'll play it, though I might take a break Saturday, because there's this new OVA coming out on the 21st, called
time
Kite.
traveling? Okay, you're time traveling.
Going to Chavington? Oh, like the Detective Freaker.
Yeah.
In the year 1997.
What is the bit?
Yes.
I'm starting Project 98. I'm gonna be doing a little time traveling. I have a schedule of TV episodes.
Okay.
Why 98? Why not 99?
Would you believe me if I said I rolled a dice and then I looked at the options available and I went, "Oh, this is a good fucking year."
Okay.
So you had other years lined up.
Yeah, I had all of the 90s lined up to 2000.
Oh, okay.
I had a 91 through 2000.
What are the big things you're looking forward to?
There's a lot of really cool looking anime on the horizon. Record of Lodoss War TV version's coming out on April 1st. Same with this like cowboy show called like Trigun.
Okay.
Then like the next week, our boy Tomino's coming back with Brain Powered.
Oh, you know what? Hell yeah.
But like, yeah, April's chock full of stuff. There's this new car show with like it seems really like dance ravey called Initial D.
Okay.
A lot of cool games coming out this year.
It is interesting that you said dance ravey, and I was like, dance ravey, and I was like, oh yes, Eurobeat is. It's not just car music. It is dance music.
It's specifically Italian disco.
It was in my brain. It's that's the music with cars. That's the car music.
They did start as club bangers.
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully I can beat Xenogears before Tenchu Stealth Assassins comes out. I don't think I'll be able to do that though. It's a lot. It seems like a long game.
Is Gasaraki on your list?
Oh, you fucking bet Gasaraki's on my list.
Hell yeah.
You have to wait till next year to watch Ultraman Gaia though.
Yeah. I can't wait. That Dreamcast is looking really promising. I bet that one's gonna do really well for them.
Sega's gonna win.
Sega's gonna win. They got it this time.
Sonic Adventure.
Imagine the world where we're talking about Nintendo as the unfortunate underdogs.
I'm curious how long my motivation will last on this project.
Uh-huh. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Anyways,
what are you up to?
I watched an anime. I've been doing my own because I've just felt like the last couple of years I've been just very slowly, just every time I feel like it, I've been like, you know what, I'm gonna fill in like a KyoAni show, because like I basically haven't watched any of their shows, but now I've watched a bunch of them, but
I didn't finish.
I was just like I'll watch the next one after like K-On! And Nichijou. And then I looked at what was after Nichijou, and it's like Hyoka, and I'm like, I don't want to watch Hyoka. I don't care.
Oh.
I'm like, let me look up Hyoka. What's the deal with Hyoka? It's there's
I like Hyoka.
Based on the Classic Literature Club series, it was named after the first volume of the series. The story follows Hotaro Oreki, a first-year high school student, blah, blah, blah. He's, like, investigating things. He's doing, like, investigations or something. Anyway, I don't think this show is my favorite. Now, you might be thinking, like, Red, what exactly are your standards? Because I'm like, I will watch Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions, though. So I watched the first series of that. It was better than I expected. It was perfectly fine. It was like it's like a cute romance show.
I don't remember caring much for it, but I also am like, I feel like my sense of like KyoAni is like, yeah, I like Hyoka. I was like okay with Delusions, etc., etc. And then I really, really did not like Tamako Market in any capacity.
I see.
Well,
I will be watching that at some point.
I did like Amagi Brilliant Park, though.
I was expecting the Chunibyo show to be a pick your girlfriend show, like in like the Toradora style.
Oh right, yeah, it isn't that.
But it is absolutely not that. It is especially because like he's starting off like, oh, I'm into the popular girl, and so I'm like, well, there's gonna be like a triangle of some kind, and then no, popular girl is wingman, and I don't have anything to say about being into the Chuny thing. I don't have any opinion on kids who talk like they're anime characters. This is not the way that kids are embarrassing in Britain. I cannot relate to this.
I knew some people that were definitely talking about. I had a classmate who showed up to school in an Evangelion cosplay one time.
Oh, okay.
It didn't go well.
Okay. I was just embarrassing in mundane ways, but it was awful. But yeah, I did when I figured out that it was the voice of Lelouch was the main kid, and he was trying to be as normal as possible, and every now and then he would pull out the Chuny voice, and I'd be like, oh, it's Lelouch. Oh shit. They got the right guy.
I love that every time I hear Jin Fukuyama, I go, 1, oh, it's Lelouch, and then 2, oh, it's Chibi Godzilla, and then I smile even more.
Nice.
It's funny that my point of reference for Jun Fukuyama is not Code Geass, because I haven't seen it. But also I do know he voices Lelouch.
That's that's Chappy voice. That's Lelouch. The thing about KyoAni is that they are deceptively good at making anime. And what I mean by that is that I don't know whether this is a show that will sit in my brain for a very long time, but I did like watching it a lot. Just because they had like a joke where she is like using her umbrella to be like to do like a special move, and she like shoots out the umbrella to says her special move name. And then like tries to cram it back together, and then just play this exact same animation the moment she clips it back together again for extending it, and it's just like fucking just good gags. So yeah, it's whatever. I quite like it, but I like mid romance. This is simply how I am.
Anime got you covered.
Anime got... Well, no, it doesn't. Here's the fucking thing. No, it doesn't. It's all either endless or it's too fucking weird. Toradora was like the perfect show, and then like the last like 2 episodes was like, yeah, we're gonna speedrun 3 different arcs. And I'm like, what are you doing? Well, not really, but like it felt like it. I was like, what are you doing? Please relax. You've done the hard work. You just have to pay off now. You don't have to do anything clever. The anime to think... This is the thing. Anime keeps trying to be clever. Anime loves to try to be clever, and it's never fucking clever.
So what do you think of, like, Origairu?
I haven't watched Origairu. But I imagine... But the vibe is that it thinks it's clever. But people like it, so, who knows? Wait, hang on. Which one's that?
My team comedy snafu, etc.
Yes. What was the one I was... Yes, that's the one I was talking about. But I had a brief suspicion you meant Oremu. And I was like, wait, no, that's a different one.
No, that's...
That's the different one. That one is the subject of one of the greatest translated tweets ever. The fucking who are the Oremu characters? Let me find this.
I know Kirino is the main girl.
Yeah,
I know no one else.
Oremu tweet. I need to find this. Yeah, hang on. I got it. Okay, yeah. The Oremu Mahjong tweet. While playing Mahjong, this is translation. While playing Mahjong, someone said, the otakus who liked Kirino and Oremu are now married, while those who liked Kuroneko or Ayase are now abnormal single men. I got so tilted that I discarded the winning tile twice. So I don't know anything about Oremu, but apparently that's really funny. So
I don't know anything about it either, but
it's pretty funny to imagine.
I'm like, damn, I wonder how good his hand was.
Yeah. I liked the show. I will be watching this season 2, which people don't like, but people like and don't like a lot of things. And then they made a movie, and that'll be it, finished. The thing I liked about this show is that they're already a couple. They became a couple in episode 10 of 12. So like, the rest of the show is just about them already being a couple, which is like often unexplored territory in anime romance. So I'm interested.
It's funny that Monogatari likes to have its cake and eat it too.
I don't know. Everything I have heard about Monogatari is like a surprise to me, because every time I think I've formed an idea of what it is, I hear something and go, what? So like, what do you mean by that?
Well, Monogatari is kind of like a harem show, but also Aragagi and Shinsekohara do become a couple by like episode 4. Oh,
I see.
And they do just remain a couple for like the rest of the series.
I see. He's doing the Kirito model. You get a wife, and then you also collect further women and add them to your collection.
And then sometimes those women also enjoy each other's company.
Ah, I see. I'm beginning to understand why some people I know are so into Monogatari. I've been like, some people I'm like, you like Monogatari? You don't seem like the type. Okay. Okay. I watched Bound yesterday. which is a 1996 neo-noir movie about Corky, an ex-con, gets a job painting and decorating in an apartment building, meets a gangster's girlfriend who wants out, and wants to get out with Corky. And she's Violet, and she's like, there's gonna be like $2 million coming through my apartment. So we'll steal that and then we'll run. They make a plan. It all goes fucking wrong. It's really good. The main twist of the movie is that it's a Wachowski sisters movie, and Corky is a woman. This is a lesbian movie. So they're having fun with like the gender expectations of the noir style. I had a bunch of extras that I watched with that came with my release, and I was watching them, and the actors were talking about how the Wachowskis were like, yeah, we want to do like Billy Wilder Double Indemnity, but like have fun with like the gender roles. And I'm like, hell, this is good shit. Band's great, had a great time. I don't really want to talk about it too much, just because I just watched it yesterday. I'm still kind of like buzzing. It's a good movie. I highly recommended it. I realized as I was watching it, like there was a few seconds there, dawning realization of, oh, I've seen this bit of the movie in a compilation of characters going, you're not, what are you going to do? Shoot me? And then getting shot. And I was like, incredible moment of like, oh, I know what's going to happen. I know the line, the kick-ass line that's going to be said in a second.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I'm starting to get into a little bit of a neo-noir mood, and I fully blame this on the Chinatown joke you made last week.
Yeah, the one I didn't get, and you had to explain to me off mic.
Hey, you know what directors I'll take over Roman Polanski? The Wachowskis.
Have you seen Blue Velvet?
Most other directors.
I've seen Blue Velvet. I talked about it in the podcast before.
Yeah. No, but I was wondering if Red has.
Do you say Blue Velvet?
Yeah.
No, I have not seen it. I'm going to tell you now, the only David Lynch thing I've ever seen is the David Lynch Dune. It's a massive blind spot for me.
I feel like you'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
Mulholland Drive is cool too.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I will watch things. I will. But there's,
yeah, like Ultraman.
The world is big. The world is big, and there is much to do. And every time I do one thing, that means I'm not doing an infinite number of other things. And so I'm simply not going to worry. And I'm just going to live my life. And I intend to watch David Lynch stuff, but it is entirely possible. I will simply die before it happens.
I've still not watched The Return. I should do that.
Yeah.
That one I feel like reluctant to start because then, well, I should say finish because I have seen like 4 episodes or so, but I think I have this thing with The Return where I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch it and then there's not going to be any more Lynch stuff for me to watch.
Oh, I see. That's my mum with Poirot. She
you've referenced this before.
She won't. Although no, that's slightly different. She won't watch the final Poirot because she doesn't want him to die. She doesn't want to see Poirot die, which is the whole deal.
Shout out to neo noir, cool ass genre.
That's me. Done. That's a podcast. Well, no. Do we have any emails?
We do.
Oh, shit. How many?
Got 2.
Okay. Go for it.
The first.
Wait, no, hang on. I'm going to go to the toilet first. I'm going to be right back.
I should probably watch Inland Empire at some point, but
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm also like, is this scary? People say it's scary.
I think if you... Personally, I feel like if you handled Blue Velvet... Have you watched Twin Peaks?
Yes, this is comp many times. Yes.
Yeah. I don't think Inland Empire is that bad compared. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's definitely some stuff in Twin Peaks and Fire Walk with Me that spooked me, but
how'd you handle, like, yeah, I'd say, like, Fire Walk with Me in, like, the last episode of season 2. I feel like if you handled those, Inland Empire is, like, fine.
Yeah. There's the fucking goblin jump scare in Mulholland Drive.
Yeah. What a film. I should... Have you seen Lost Highway, too?
No, I think, like, my lunch is, like, Twin Peaks, all of it, Mulholland Drive, and then Blue Velvet, and that's basically it.
I haven't watched Lost Highway again in a while, and the thing about that movie that's, like, kind of weird is, like, there's, like, a creepy guy in that movie who then later probably killed his wife in real life and went to prison for a bit, and then it got overturned because of a lack of evidence. And it just makes every scene with that guy feel, like, more gross and sinister than it would otherwise. No, literally, like, that whole thing was crazy, because, like, the actor was, like, his defense in court was, no, I didn't shoot my wife in the parking lot. I was too busy going back into the restaurant to get my gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am back.
Jesus Christ. Welcome back.
What did I miss?
We were talking about the murder that Robert Blake probably almost certainly did commit.
I see.
I want to say there's, like, multiple former Red Rangers from Power Rangers who committed murders and went to prison.
Oh, didn't one of them stab his roommate with a katana?
I know at least one did that, yes.
Yeah. I didn't know about the second, but I knew that one because that's, like, famous.
I maybe I'm just only remember the first one, but I want to say there's at least two.
I know that one other actress died in a car crash, tragically.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to the emails now.
Emails.
First one is from Brett.
Hello.
Welcome, Brett. Obi-Wan voice. Hello there. That was me editorialized.
Thank you.
As a mostly lifelong Godzilla and Gamera fan, Ultraman has always been on the peripheries of my fandom, but with a long history and massive catalog, I had avoided jumping in. This past July 2025, I finally decided to take the plunge with how easily accessible most of the catalogs now. I started with Ultra Q, as should be required by law, and perused through it. Ultraman, Ultra 7. I don't have any friends who share this interest with me, and I was feeling the weight of processing all of it by myself, so I went in search of a podcast that is going through my same experience. There are a few podcasts I listened to that have gone through all of Godzilla and the Gamer movies, but y'all's podcast was the only Ultraman podcast I could find that was doing what I was doing.
Nice.
Yeah, there's basically, if there's a kaiju podcast out there, it's a Godzilla one, and maybe sometimes it's Godzilla featuring Gamera. So as I started Return of Ultraman, I would also listen to your podcast after I watched the 3 episodes you all covered. Kind of a weird place to start, I know. I've gone back and listened to a few of the podcast episodes covering previous entries, but I haven't listened to every episode before Extra Sauce. I haven't listened to everything before Extra Sauce Jack, as opposed to Sauceless Jack.
I see. I'm perfectly fine with you starting our podcast at Return of Ultraman. That's because in theory, I'm happy with our podcast once we hit like Ultra 7.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of where we developed a flow.
Like, I think we had a good rapport even from like the Ultra Q season, but like Ultra 7, I think, is when we hit our stride, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have just caught to the podcast with Ultraman Great. Sorry, that was a weird typo in my brain.
Ultra Great.
I've skipped most of the detail queries for now, and skipping the queue other than Omega, since I started the journey shortly after I started and is standalone. I, of course, listen to Turtle Tea Time and its 3 hosts, Mel, Catherine, and Awkward Silence, since Gamer is my goat. I'll eventually listen to most of the Side Quest podcasts. I definitely want to watch Mirror Man eventually. Do read Golden Kamuy. It's good.
No notes to listeners. Golden Kamuy's pretty good.
Yeah.
I will maybe read it one day.
Yeah, I mean, again, maybe I will manage to get through life accidentally never seeing anything made by David Lynch. It's entirely possible.
You could.
There's simply a lot in the world.
The thing with Golden Kamuy is I always hear is sick as hell. It's just not a premise I'm super excited by. And it's long.
Gold Hunt.
Yeah. I'm not a big treasure / Gold Hunt guy. I'm just not.
I mean, it's also got fights, because it's the map is tattooed onto people's skin.
Like Waterworld. I think I've said this literally the exact same time before.
And then also it goes crazy, because it goes weird into a tangent about colonialism. It's interesting work. Anyway, I've just blah, blah, blah. I just want to say that I enjoyed the podcast immensely. It's so nice to listen to people who actually enjoy talking to each other. It's nice to listen to people who actually enjoy talking to each other. Talk to each other. I even enjoy listening to y'all talk about games y'all have been playing, even though I'm not any sense gamer, and I've heard of 5% of the games y'all talk about. I did perk up when Brad said he got into F1 and picked Piastri as his favorite, because he's my favorite F1 driver as well.
Let's go!
I'm more of a NASCAR fan myself, though. I go to around 5 races a year, and I live 15 minutes around a track. I'm definitely an outlier when I'm reading the latest Akane Banashi chapter at a NASCAR event. That's pretty good.
That's the life I should be leading. I should be keeping up with Akane Banashi. I fell off ages ago.
I was gonna say the timeline where you have a NASCAR race at the UK.
I mean, email in again to tell us how you felt seeing that guy ride the wall that one time. It was a thing that happened in NASCAR recently.
This email feels longer than trying to get through the second half of Ace.
No, nothing feels that long.
Nothing feels that long. Nothing feels that long.
Anyway, I'm going to continue on the Ultraman journey ahead of y'all, but I'll continue to listen to the podcast as long as y'all make it. It'll be a great refresher. I guess I'll leave you saying that Prisma has my favorite kaiju so far, Ultra 7 my favorite Ultra, and Father Ultra's handshake. Ultra Father's shake weight my favorite weapon. What's the shake weight? I don't remember that.
I definitely vaguely remember a shake weight-esque doohickey.
Hey, let me tell you, you're gonna have a better favorite Father of Ultra weapon at some point.
Also, I think it makes more sense that the Ultra's skin is silver and the red is clothes, but that does mean Mother of Ultra is a scandal. I think there's no variant to it that isn't scandalous in some forms.
Mother of Ultra. Let me look at Mother of Ultra. That would make Mother of Ultra's outfit extremely funny.
Is it the opposite of 7?
It's just
It's like a vest and not much else.
Oh, that's fun. Thank you, Brent.
Thank you for your email.
For your email.
I appreciate this email because while this is obviously a thing that I should expect, the idea of people finding our podcast based off of the premise and not because of a broader social network of
people
general
who are
blue sky or Twitter connections that
in the abnormal mapping server.
Yeah, or is neat.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, Mothra Fanboy was also this, so we have a few of them. But
yeah, no, for sure. I definitely know we got people in that mix.
It is fun to get some.
It's fun to consider that there are people listening to us talk about fan-translated, like, niche, deep-cut games from, like, the 90s that, frankly, most people have...
And they're like, what the fuck does this have to do with Ultraman?
yeah, and just being like, oh, okay. I do appreciate this.
Yeah. Speaking of Mothra Fanboy, second email.
Hello, Mothra Fanboy.
Hello.
Did you finish another Ultraman? What the fuck?
Oh, well, he did have Andrew Mellos next.
Oh, you know what?
That's a quick one.
That's a quick one.
Hello. Today I will share my thoughts on Andrew Mellos and the 4 Ultraman films released between 1984 and 1990.
Okay.
Andrew Mellos, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't watch this. I found out how much content there actually was in each episode, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I did listen to the episodes, though.
That's fair.
Ultraman Story. I did not enjoy Ultraman Story. I was already dying 50 minutes into this, and I'm not even sure how I suffered 95 minutes of this. I stopped paying attention after a while.
Can I tell you something about Ultraman Story that's pissed me off?
What?
I made that fucking Moe Kai... Taro, look at this. It's fade, white fade into Moe Kai video. And it doesn't fucking work properly on Blue Sky. After like 10 seconds, the volume starts decreasing on its own. The video is normal. Why does it do that? But I hate Blue Sky's video.
Blue Sky's video player is awful. Just terrible.
Awful. I'm trying to post, man.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I just stopped paying attention after a while because I realized
people can't see it.
Ultimately didn't matter. Ultraman The Adventure Begins. Is this movie good? Oh, no, absolutely not. Did I enjoy it? Yes, it was really fun, but nothing spectacular. Yeah. Some parts were slow, but it wasn't that long, so I managed.
Alright.
The Men Who Made Ultraman. I don't know what it is about this film, but I absolutely adored it. I really liked all the characters, and I just found it super entertaining and interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And then meanwhile, the Ultra Q movie, finally. I don't know what to think of this movie. I absolutely loved all the vibes. However, it didn't help my experience at all. I watched this on YouTube at 360p while being really sick. So in the second half, I kept zoning out because of this. I can't tell you what the plot of this movie is, and I kind of like it because of that. I'll definitely have to rewatch one day to understand, though.
It's good.
I feel like that's a good rewatch movie. I feel like that is a movie if I watch it a second time, which Red, you have already done.
Let me tell you, it's a good rewatch movie.
Yeah,
it's a good movie on a rewatch.
I think that's a movie I'm going to be picking up and developing new thoughts for as I revisit it in my life. Because, let me tell you, that's what I think I'm going to revisit at different points of my life.
That's pretty much it. Mixed feelings in all of these movies. I'm going to try and catch up for the podcast for the end of Ultraman Great, but then I'll probably fall behind again because of Ultraman Kids. It still isn't at my house because that's one thing that no Greek actually put that one out. But I'll catch up again somehow. See you then.
All right.
And then have our Goo Goo Babies arc.
Yeah. Movie rankings, by the way, from 6th to 1st. 6th to 1st. Hanuman, Ultraman Story, Arc Movie, Adventure Begins, Ultra Q, and then the Men Who Made Ultraman.
Hanuman's better than Story. Come on now.
I would also probably put
honestly
this as the case.
It is definitely.
I think about that guy. I think about those guys dying all the fucking time. I'm not gonna lie.
Squish that guy in his hands.
I feel like we might be the only people who think that Hanuman's better than Story, which is probably an indictment of the Ultraman fan base.
I think it is.
It's just recaps of old fights. I have said this so many times, my primary emotional reaction to Ultraman Story was them showing a shot of a clip of Return of Ultraman and me going, what have we lost? We have to go back.
Hanuman also, too, when I think about it, also just reminds me of Ultraman as a broad umbrella franchise has a shockingly higher amount of children getting shot or just in general dying than I think most people would assume.
The kids are not safe in this show.
No, and like when they're not getting shot, an entire department mall store is collapsing in on them. Which I also, oh yeah, that was the other thing. In the group chat, I also rediscovered the fact that fucking girl from that show is fucking the voice actress for Noah from Patlabor, which we did discuss that I had completely forgotten about. But
yeah, I brought it up in exactly the first episode of Leo and then forgot about it because it never came up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just funny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Patlabor is secretly Ultraman.
Balton is in one of those episodes. And it's in the Kaiju episode.
Forgot about that.
Anyway.
Nothing's impossible. Thank you for your email.
For your email. Is that a podcast?
Yeah.
That is a podcast.
I just want to do like a quick housekeeping thing.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Just because we are going to be finishing Great next week. I have to go make this order after I finish the last 3 episodes.
No, that shouldn't take too long, at least.
It's a bit brief. It's like,
yeah,
it's shorter than the Omega one, even so. But after that, we're starting the Ultraman for babies, Ultraman kids.
It's literally called Ultraman Babies.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a 26 episode show, but also in the 80s there was a 30-minute movie, and so our first episode is going to be that movie and then also the first 2 episodes of the show. So it rounds out to an even 27, which is divisible by 3, and then, just so the audience knows.
Could you repeat that for me, because I wasn't listening?
We got a 30-minute movie and then the first 2 episodes of the show.
There we go. Thank you.
And then everything is just...
I realized suddenly, I was like, the audience will know what to watch, but I don't.
They just show up next week being like, I just winged it.
Yeah. Also, I have something fun saved for that season, because I figure it might be
It's going to be light.
Yeah. I have a fun bonus
What if it's
thing.
the most narratively complex Ultraman yet?
At last.
It's a deep coming-of-age tale.
I mean, it probably is a coming-of-age tale, just maybe not a deep one, but we'll see. We're being in it for 2 months, but I have something planned. Extra work I'm giving to myself, but...
They were no longer Ultraman kids. They were little Ultramen.
Ultraman Kids kind of has the same vibe to it as, like, Devilman Lady.
Yeah.
It's
actually, hold on. Let me... I mean, I guess I can, like, give the name of the movie, like, next week, but we'll see. I have to do some production history for this shit as well. Yeah. The movie is called Ultraman Kids: The Pleasant Friends of Planet M78.
Brad, I don't think it's going to be very complex.
Planet M7.8. Yeah, and then the actual show, which has been released by Mill Creek, is called Ultraman Kids: 30 Million Light Years in Search of Mother.
Oh, see, now that sounds like it could get complex.
It's just a cartoon. It's an extended cartoon version, like kids' cartoon version of Shah's Counterattack.
Yeah, let me tell you, my whole life's been 30 million light years in search of Mother.
Yeah.
Is that what you're playing in DK?
No. Oh. I'm gonna hang myself. No, joking.
I just got reminded of something I saw today that was funny. Is like someone posted. There's a lot of like dumb meme posts about Tsubihime, and like there was one of like Yuki and Tomasane hugging, and like the caption was the posted it was like me and the boy who convinces me to kill myself. And then someone quote retweeted that with like a tweet by Skaji, a writer of Tsubihime, with like the caption of meme so bad, a post so bad it made it back to the author, and then this is what the tweet was. I just think it's funny that he saw these bad memes and posted about it.
Can I read this?
Yes.
Can I read this out loud? Am I safe?
Yes. Yeah.
Lately, there have been a lot of people overseas turning our IP illustrations into memes, but most of them aren't even interested. And I don't find it preferable at all, though adding words that suggest dying together to the scene where Yuki is hugging Minamiri is just straight up unpleasant. Super Hippie is a work meant to fight against those kinds of cheap words, you know. I hate people who find peace in cheap words. Thank you.
Damn! The author saw your meme and thought it sucked shit.
He was like, "No, you should. This is you. How dare you post, about KMS and stuff under this fucking. This is the opposite. That's not what my visual novel is about." I don't think he gets to say.
I just think it's funny he said it. I'm not waiting really one way or the other. just being like, oh, your post was that bad that you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
Me seeing people make a let's take melatonin together meme with my visual novel. No! Develop better sleeping habits.
Wow. Is that housekeeping?
I think the house has been kept.
Yeah, I feel like I don't need to get into specifics.
We have kept the house. We got the house in the will.
I'm in the house like carpet.
Ah, fuck.
Me in the 2010s, obnoxious weeb voice, Cory in the house is my favorite anime.
Oh no! I'm so glad we're past those days. They're gone forever now.
Didn't that actor end up being a weirdo?
I think so.
Yeah. Many cases, sadly.
That Cory in the House is like such a baffling show for me as someone who did occasionally see it on TV, because like the premise is like so dumb, and like it's a spin-off of a show that actually had decent writing. It had ideas.
That was a Disney Channel one, right? I didn't. For the longest time, we didn't have it, and by the time we had it, I wasn't really watching kids stuff anymore.
Oh, you missed out on Fillmore.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
It's a parody of police procedurals, but it takes place at a school, and the safety patrol are the cops.
Oh my god! Oh, you got to start. You got to get the propaganda early.
One of the most important VTuber clips is Momosuzu Nene talking about how one of the Hololive English talents, she had told Kiara of Hololive English about the American dramas that she was watching, and Kiara had laughed at her, and then Momosuzu Nene is like, what's wrong with watching mature dramas like iCarly? And it's such a perfect mirror of weebs.
Yes.
It's so important.
It's
we are all Nene
like,
in this moment.
It's like I also, for very similar reasons, find it culturally fascinating when I see clips of Korone talking about South Park.
Yes.
All
right. If you want to follow us on the internet, you can do so on Blue Sky at Ultra QUEUE. We are also on Twitter. If you're still there, we are Ultra_QUEUE. My name is Red. I'm on Twitter. No, Blue Sky. I mean, I technically am on Twitter, but I don't, Blue Sky, I'm Red November. Mel, your plugs.
Hi, you can send email to ultraQpod@gmail.com, and you should do that, because the great finale, sorters, etc., etc.
Yeah, the show is ending.
Yeah. We got in and out real quick, which is nice. And then coffee, UltraQ Fund. Rad.
Yeah, I'm Brad. You can find me at Be Invoked on Blue Sky, and because it's 1998, you can also find me on AOL Instant Messenger, BBS boards for your favorite shows, and whatever the fuck 6degrees.com is.
Okay. That is gonna be it. Next week, last 3 episodes of Great. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Later.
Silver flash streaking through the night, illuminating the heavy skies with light. Who can say where he is really from? The answer lies in a mystery beyond. Yet in his quiet strength, we know it's Ultraman holding out his hand, giving us a sign. He's on our side. Ultraman greater than life, magnanimous in his love for us. It's Ultraman. Two strange souls